Hello, students, and welcome to today's lesson. Today, we shall be studying one more poetry in your syllabus. Section 2 Poetry, poetry number 2.6 Money. This poem is written by William N. Davis, that is, William Henry Davis. He was born on 3rd July 1871 and died on 26 September 1940. He was a Welsh poet and writer. Welsh poet as in a poet or person who is born in Wales, which is in England. Okay, so he was born in Wales and hence he is known as the Welsh poet and writer. He spent a significant part of his life as a tramp or hobo. Now, what is a tramp, my dear students? Tramp means homeless person who travels from place to place. And hobo means migrant workers, traveling workers. So William Davis was lived a life of a tramp and also a hobo in his young days while in United Kingdom and United States. But in spite of all these kind of hardships, he still became one of the most popular poets of his time. The principal themes of his work, like whatever poems and write-ups if you see which belong to this great person, this poet and writer, the themes that he has written about are observation about his life's hardships, the hardships that he came across in life, all those he has portrayed in his work, the ways in which the human condition is reflected in nature, his tramping adventures, and the various characters that he met in his life. The Soul's Destroyer is one of his first published volume of poems and other poems. The poem here, Money, tells us about the rich man who wants to be a poor man to find the real happiness. It is when we do not have money or have lost our money, we realize how important money is. At the end, the poet says that now he doesn't have money, he has true friends, though they may be few. Okay, so I hope you have understood the gist of the poem where the poet focuses on having money in life, but no true happiness, no real happiness. Whereas when we do not have money or when we lose money, we feel the importance of money and also the people around us. So let us begin with the first stanza. When I had money, money, oh, I knew no joy till I went poor. For many a false man as a friend came knocking all day at my door. Now, here the poet confesses that when in his life he was enriched with money, when he had plenty of money, he was far away from the eternal joy and true happiness. Why, my dear students? We feel that having money is going to make us happy, having money is going to make us satisfied, and all of those things. But really, if you see a person who has a lot of money has no ideal time or has no spare time to enjoy the little joys in his life, he's always busy with some or the other things in his life. So the poet here wants to be poor to receive the real pleasure of life. So he thinks that if he becomes poor, then maybe he will be able to experience the true happiness in life. In richness, the poet says he has lots of friends who always used to meet him. Yeah, we all know that, that there are these rich people around, and you will find that there are so many friends around him. But those friends are not true friends. Those are all fake friends who are there with that man only because he has money. The day he has lost his money or the day he has become poor, all those friends will walk away from him. So here also the poet specifies that he has friends but all false men, those who do not have any genuine feeling for the rich person, no, those who do not have any kind of attachment really with this person, but they are there only knocking at his door because he is rich, because he has money and he throws his money on his friends. Okay, so that is why here the first stanza itself, the poet realizes the importance of being happy and not being rich. The next stanza. Then felt I like a child that holds a trumpet that he must not blow because a man is dead. I dared not speak to let this false world know. Now, while leading a life of richness, the poet sees the life of the poet was abounded with money, many restrictions. Okay, like if you see a person who is rich, he will not be able to, behave the way that we behave openly around in a public place, because he has restrictions. He has to behave in a particular manner. He has to have certain manners and etiquettes and all of those things. So poet compares his life with a boy who has a strong desire to blow a trumpet, which is in his hand. It is there in his hand, but he cannot blow it. Why? Because he because of the situation which he is in. So according to the poet, a true feeling of happiness is buried inside the false status of richness. So you have it all buried in you because you cannot express your happiness anywhere and anyhow you want. So now, being poor, poet wants to lead the happy life. He doesn't want to utter any word about his condition to the world, because the world is under the influence of false thinking of happiness. People think, we are here on this side and we all think, oh, the Ambanis, the Tatas, the Birlas, they're all so happy. They have so much money, but they know deep down how much they are being suffocated by all this wealth that they have. They cannot behave in a way that they want to while they are in public places. They have to maintain some kind of standard. So according to the norms of world, happiness can be bought by money. Richness is directly compared with happiness, which remain untrue according to the poet. So the poet says that that is not true. It is not the money which can buy you happiness, but true people around you, true friends who can lead you to happy moments. Much have I thought of life and seen how poor men's hearts are ever light, and how their wives do hum like bees about their work from morn till night. Now, here in the third stanza, the poet has observed and learned the aspect of life minutely. Why? Because he has lived that life. He has been a tramp for most of the period in his life. He has been a hobo. He has been migrated from place to place in search of job, and he knows how happy he was at that time. He observed that heart of poor person is more delighted and contented though earn little penny each day. Okay, at the end of the day, he comes home a poor man. He comes to his family, he comes to his wife, he comes to his children, and he has amazing time with them. And he spends the rest of the day listening to them, listening to their stories, and listening to their experiences, and having these small joys of life. But the same thing, if you see in a rich man's life, he doesn't have so much time to sit down and discuss all of these things. He has always to work on something or the other, and so he misses these small happinesses in his life. The wives of poor person, he says, are complaining and humming like bees about the effort taken by their husband from morning till evening. They know, the wives appreciate the hard work that their husbands do. They realize how hard the husband has worked. And so at the end of the day, when the husband comes home, the wife happily, greets him with joy, and she helps him to, get stress free by giving him a cup of hot tea or a nice hot bath and all of those things. So poor persons are struggling to get penny, they know, and they want to save it, but the wives have to take more efforts to maintain the household work. That is why maybe they are, humming like bees, continuously complaining maybe over something, but they don't have enough money to spend. And poet is strongly fascinated by such behavior and circumstances, though they do not have much money to spend, but they are very happy and contented by the life that they live. Fourth stanza. So when I hear these poor ones laugh and see the rich ones coldly frown, poor men think I need not go up so much as rich men should come down. Okay, so he thinks that the poor men are, have reached too high in their lives, and so if you look at a poor person, okay, you can always see him smile. Poet felt that the touch bit difference between the laugh of poor person and rich one. Poor persons laugh without any hesitation. You cannot stop a poor person from expressing his happiness, his joy. But a rich person cannot, just start laughing while he's there. He has to be behaving in a particular manner. It is free and bottom of hearts. And on the other side, if you see, rich people laugh, but it is very cold and ambiguous. Like, you can understand it is very fake smile that they give. And the poet also points out that the rich person are far away from real happiness, and always if you see them, they're always frowning for some or the other reason. So poor person is happy with his daily earning and closely connected to the eternal joy of soul. So poet suggests that rich person wanted to go down to be in touch with eternal happiness of life. So a person who is very rich, has to come down somewhere in his life if he wants to experience this real happiness. Okay. And the last stanza: when I had money, money, oh, my many friends proved all untrue. But now I have no money, oh, but my friends are real, though very few. So he knows that when he had money, he had plenty of friends. Okay, he possessed sufficient money to spend having more friends in life. But these friends were not true because their friendship was shafted on money. That friendship was not with the person, but with the wealth that they had. So these friends proved untrue. They used to, talk behind his back, make fun of him, and all of those things, speak all fake things while he's front of them. And he knew that this behavior is completely untrue. They are not being truthful. They are not being very open and true to him. Okay. But now in present life, the poet is poor and he has no sufficient money, but he has friends who are really true and they are genuine, and they are not at all the ones who would speak behind his back or make fun of him, but the ones who would stand for him in every time of joy and sorrow. So this is the way the poet expresses his concern about having money and having not being not being in a condition to experience a true happiness, while if you have little money, you can experience all the little joys of life. Yes, my dear students, you can speak to anybody around you, anybody who is rich, who is wealthy, and you will see they're always worried, they're always tense about what they about maintaining their standard, maintaining the level that they are, and they're always under stress. But a person who is poor, he has no standard to maintain. He has only to worry about his daily wages and the daily food that he has to eat, and that's all. And so he can experience all the in small incidences around him with his heart's content. Okay. So in this way, the poet makes us realize that money is not everything in life. Okay. Even if you have little money, you should be able to enjoy the people around you. Only then you have lived a life of fulfillment. So do not run behind money. Don't keep money as the ultimate goal in your life. Also, along with money, yes, I'm not saying that money is not important. It is. We require it to survive or live a good life in around with people around us. Okay, to give us a good um to enjoy all the happinesses around us, branded clothes, branded places, and all of those things. Yes, we need, but it is not the ultimate goal for us in life. Apart from that, there are other things also, and so we should also give equal importance to them. That is our family, friends, children, whoever it is, okay. So all these relationships also play a very important role in our life. So I hope you have understood this small poem, which is just of 5 stanzas. Every stanza consists of 4 lines. Okay. And if you see, then there is a rhyme scheme, okay, which is being followed. So please try to identify the rhyme scheme in the poem and write the appreciation for this poem in your notebook. Okay. So till then, thank you and have a nice day.